What the heck? No. Shit. Yeah, The Intercept reported it, actually. The Intercept reported it. Guys, I think I know exactly when they did it too. I think I know exactly when they did it. It's when they suppressed my channel too. They've completely suppressed my YouTube channel. You know that, right? My YouTube channel, I'll show you how much they suppressed my YouTube channel. That's why I'm not streaming there anymore. They have completely suppressed me. And I think I know when it started as well. I'll show you the graph. I'm happy to show you this. I don't get much money from them anyway, so. Do you see this? Do you see this? Let's go last 90 days. Go custom. So from like 31. Yeah. So my channel was like, I really didn't post much before September. But then after my channel started getting like really popular, bang, gone, nothing. I get no views anymore. This is where we are. I get no views anymore, guys. I think this is when they deleted their channel too. I think this is when they deleted those channels too. Because after this day, I have just got nothing. Nothing. It's been like a complete block off. That's why I'm not streaming there. I'm not posting there for a while. I'm just going to leave it and see what happens. But man, that is insane, isn't it? Isn't that insane? Yeah, it is a major crackdown for sure. YouTube quietly erased more than 700 videos documenting Israeli human rights violations. The tech giant deleted the accounts of 3 prominent Palestinian human rights groups, a capitulation to Trump sanctions. Hey, studios, welcome. Here's the thing, though, right? This strategy isn't going to work. This strategy is just going to make it. This strategy is just going to make it going to amplify all of this. If they keep targeting people, people are going to realize, and it's going to go against what Trump himself is trying to advocate for. Trump is trying to advocate for like free speech and stuff, right? But he's cracking down. Oh man, this is so sick, bro. Like, I have felt the crackdown straight away. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? You know, we keep going. If they try and block us on the Gaza story, we'll find ways to report it. It doesn't matter. It does not matter. We are relentless. Like, we just keep going. We're relentless. It don't matter. It don't matter what they say. We are bloody relentless. Hold on. I'm going to read that Intercept piece. YouTube. Here we go. Let's read that Intercept piece, actually. So I'll have the main one here. I'll have the reading on the screen here, and we can go through it. Okay, YouTube quietly erased more than 700 videos documenting Israeli human rights violations. The tech giant deleted the accounts of 3 prominent Palestinian human rights groups, a capitulation to Trump's sanctions. A documentary featuring mothers surviving Israel's genocide in Gaza, a video investigation uncovering Israel's role in the killing of a Palestinian American journalist, another video revealing Israel's destruction of Palestinian homes in the occupied West Bank. YouTube surreptitiously deleted all these videos in early October by wiping the accounts that posted them from its website, along with their channel's archives. Hey, Hold X Steel, welcome. The accounts belong to 3 prominent Palestinian human rights groups: Al-Haq, Al-Mazen Center for Human Rights, and the Palestinian Center for Human Rights. Crazy. The move came in response to a U.S. government campaign to stifle accountability for alleged Israeli war crimes against Palestinians in Gaza and the West Bank. The Palestinian groups' YouTube channels hosted hours of footage documenting and highlighting alleged Israeli government violations of international law in both Gaza and the West Bank, including the killings of Palestinian civilians. I'm pretty shocked that YouTube is showing such a little backbone, said Sarah Leah Whitson, executive director of Democracy for Arab World Now. It's really hard to imagine any serious argument that sharing information from these Palestinian human rights organizations would somehow violate sanctions. Succumbing to this arbitrary designation of these Palestinian organizations to now censor them is disappointing and pretty surprising. Issued arrest warrants and changed Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and former Israeli Defense Secretary Yoav Gallant. Guys, look at the suppression. There's 22 viewers here when there's usually around 100 at this time, like minimum of 100. It's like, yeah, the suppression has started, but also like I got suspended yesterday and then I had to appeal it. And then they lifted the suspension too. It's kind of crazy. It's a crackdown. After the International Criminal Court issued arrest warrants and changed Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and former Israeli Defense Secretary Yoav Gallant with war crimes in Gaza, the Trump administration escalated its defense of Israel's actions by sanctioning ICC officials and targeting people and organizations that work with the court. It is outrageous that YouTube is furthering the Trump administration's agenda to remove evidence of human rights violations and war crimes from public view, said Catherine Gallagher, a senior staff attorney at the Center for Constitutional Rights. Congress did not intend to allow the president to cut off the flow of information to the American public and the world. Instead, information, including documents and videos, are specifically exempted under the statute that the president cited as his authority for issuing the ICC sanctions. Hey, Mindset, welcome. Alarming setback. YouTube, which is owned by Google, confirmed to The Intercept that it deleted the group's accounts as a direct result of State Department sanctions against the group after a review. The Trump administration leveled the sanctions against the organizations in September over their work with the International Criminal Court in cases charging Israeli officials of war crimes. Google is committed to compliance with applicable sanctions and trade compliance laws. YouTube spokesperson Boot Bullwinkle. What is this? Whoa, this guy is a real human being? YouTube spokesperson Boot Bullwinkle said in a statement. Salam Fudge, welcome. Boot Bullwinkle. Like, I'm not even joking. Hold on. Yeah, there. Boot Bullwinkle, guys, is a real person's name. YouTube, which is owned by Google, confirmed. Oh, no, wait, hold on. According to Google's sanctions compliance publisher policy, Google publisher products are not eligible for any entities or individuals that are restricted under applicable trade sanctions and export compliance laws. Al Mizan, a human rights organization in Gaza, told The Intercept that its YouTube channel was abruptly terminated this year on October the 7th without prior notification. Terminating the channel deprives us from reaching what we aspire to convey our message to and fulfill our mission, a spokesperson for the group said, and prevents us from achieving our goals and limits our ability to reach the audience we aspire to share our message with. The West Bank-based Al-Haq's channel was deleted on October the 3rd, a spokesperson for the group said, with a message from YouTube that its content violates our guidelines. YouTube's removal of a human rights organization's platform carried out without prior warning represents a serious failure of principle and an alarming setback for human rights and freedom of expression, the Al-Haq spokesperson said in a statement. The U.S. sanctions are being used to cripple accountability work on Palestine and silence Palestinian voices and victims, and this has a ripple effect on such platforms also acting under such measures to further silence Palestinian voices. The Palestinian Center for Human Rights, which the UN describes as the oldest human rights organization in Gaza, said in a statement that YouTube's move protect perpetrators from accountability. YouTube's decision to close PCHR's account is basically one of many consequences that we as an organization have faced since the decision of the US government to sanction our organizations for our legitimate work, said Basil al-Surani, an international advocacy officer and legal policy on community guidelines. Legal advisor for the group. YouTube said that we were not following their policy on community guidelines when all our work was basically presenting factual and evidence-based reporting on crimes committed against the Palestinian people, especially since the start of the ongoing genocide on 7 October. By doing this, YouTube is complicit in silencing the voices of Palestinian victims, al-Surani added. Looking outside the US, the three human rights groups' account terminations cumulatively amount to the erasure of more than 700 videos, according to an Intercept tally. The deleted videos range in scope from investigations such as an analysis of the Israeli killing of American journalist Shireen Abu Akleh to testimonies of Palestinians tortured by Israeli forces and documentaries like The Beach, about children playing on the beach who were killed by an Israeli airstrike. Some videos are still available through copies saved on the Intercept archives, Wayback Machine, or on alternative platforms such as Facebook and Vimeo. The wiping only affected the group's official channels. Videos which were produced by the non-profit but hosted on alternative YouTube channels remain active. No cumulative index of videos deleted by YouTube is available, YouTube is available, and many appear to not be available elsewhere online. Videos posted elsewhere online, the group's fear, could soon be targeted for deletion because many of the platforms hosting them are also US-based services. The ICC itself began exploring using service providers outside the US. Al-Haq said it would also be looking for alternatives outside the US companies to host their work. YouTube isn't the only US tech company blocking Palestinian rights groups from using its services. The Al-Haq spokesperson said MailChimp, the mailing list service, also deleted the group's account in September. MailChimp and its parent company Intuit did not immediately respond to a request for comment. Caving to Trump's demand. But this is not just Trump. That's the thing here, guys. This is the one thing you have to recognize, is this is not just Trump suppressing Palestinian voices. Trump is just part of the system. Hey, bro, Trump is just part of the system. Remember, the person who actually bought the bill to ban TikTok was Biden. Okay? This is the imperialist machine. This is the imperialist machine chugging along. So this isn't just Trump.